Welcome to yet another episode of our daily market review. FOMC is out of our way for this week, and so market has closed. We are back to analyze our chart again, see how our levels are playing out, whatever we were expecting, see how it's playing out according to our expectations. Certainly today, I told you that because market has taken higher time frame liquidity level, I wouldn't expect much, but perhaps expect consolidation and then a manipulation before market continues. Right. In the meantime, my short-term level that I'll be looking for price to take out is this Tuesday's low that was formed here. Today managed to be an inside candle, which was highly expected as price has already taken out a higher time frame liquidity level. I expect this opening gap to stay open in the meantime as dollar is extremely bearish. I wouldn't want to see price come all the way here before continuation. So my expectation moving on forward for the rest of the week, is the second half of the week, is I'll be monitoring the H4 and H1 to see how order flow plays out. If it turns out to be bearish, which is conforming to the higher time frame order flow, then we'll find an entry for that. So today closed as an inside candle for all of the majors. Same here for EU. Let me make sure these ones are gone. Same for EU. Same for GU as well. If there's any interference, kindly forgive me. I'm having internet issues this evening. So I see that we left an inefficiency level on the daily time frame for cable. Right. And then for EU, traded all the way to this Monday's high, which is good. If you are extremely bullish, this is something you would like to see. Take this off daily. Take this off daily. See this on the breaks. All right. For DXY, I think we traded to that Monday's high or Monday's low. Sorry. Yeah. We did trade to Monday's low. So let me go down to the H4. Let's see what we have. So on the H4, this would be the swing high. This would be the swing low. Of course, the price has traded all the way to the premium of the range and also inside of this inefficiency level. I believe there's also an inefficiency level on the H1. Now, what is left is for price to turn bearish on the lower time frames so that we can find our entry. On the H4, what you can do is wait for price to close below this inefficiency level for you to carry on with it. But on the H1, since we are extremely bearish, we'd love to see the H1 also turn bearish, and then we'll be good to go. So this is the range high, this is the range low. Price managed to come all the way to tap Monday's low, and then I am seeing this being closed below, and this small inefficiency level gradually I think is also closed below. So that's it. That is also closed below. So we have two things to look out for here as a sign that there's a change in order flow on the H1. First of all, price hits a key level and then closed below the last up close candle that it closed below the last up close candle. And then secondly, we see this inefficiency level, which was supposed to act as support being disrespected here. And then the third thing, you should see price leaving fair value gaps here or inefficiency level. So I would expect price to open up on the lower time frame. If we disrespect this, maybe tap into this and then we continue lower. Right. So moving on forward, this would be my area of looking at, right? This inefficiency level that has been flipped, and then this inefficiency level here, because price on the H1 has hit both an H4 and H1 inefficiency level, which are overlapping here, as well as the Monday low here. Let me just Monday low here. All right. So let me go to H4 and then switch to EU, see what we have. Also EU, this is the range low, this is the range high. You could also use this, but I prefer this is the range low, this is the range high. Price traded all the way into an efficiency level, and also resisting Monday's high on the H4. All right. This is an overlap of an inefficiency level on the H4 as well as the H1, I believe. Go to the H1. You would love to see markets change on the H1 to favor the dailies. It's closed above this down close candle here, and then we see some sort of expansion, right? Small little expansion. What we don't want to see is price come to take out this, right? Because I believe on the M15, there's this one that has been disrespected. So the first inefficiency level here disrespected, and also we've closed above this. And if anything, we would expect price to come back to retest this for continuation for the highs. Right. So it's as simple as that. Let me check for cable. Cable. All right. So we have an SMT here for cable. This is the inefficiency level I marked on the daily. This two lines. That's what I marked on the dailies. And then this lows here is serving as an SMT between EU and GU as well as USD Swiss franc. And then we've seen a move here. Market is generally down here. So moving on forward, let's see what we have on the H1. So we swept closed above, just up close. Okay, this down close. Yeah, so I'm going to use this low and this high as the range for the opposing to attack the highs. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so this consolidating area here, I do not want to see price come all the way to visit it again. Perhaps just fly away off, right? Because I think that the GBP is quite heavy and would be the best performing against the EU, considering that we have an SMT here, right? But generally speaking, you could see that the Euro, USD, and the DXY are in conformity. And so we'll be expecting what I have aligned. And then as New York opens, as London opens, we watch the price action to see if we can manage to take some entries, right? So I'll just end here with what we have seen now. Tomorrow we have some news coming up. FOMC is out of the way, but tomorrow we have unemployment claims coming out, and then Friday we have CPI. So we'll see how it goes for the new day coming up, and rightly so, once price closes, we'll come back and also assess what we are looking at, right? So if this video was helpful, I'll end here. Do subscribe and like, share if you have to. If you have any questions, any areas, any topics that you would like me to touch on, do comment them below on this under this video, and I will do my best to get through with that. See you later.